We're live.
Hello, everyone. This is part 3 of our Changeling the Lost games. The third session that we've had in our small campaign here. Skankin' Spitz, as AKA John, as your, or I should say John, AKA Skankin' Spitz, I suppose, as your storyteller here. And I've got my players, Tim, Sam from Samwise 7 RPG, as Eldon Swick, the Darkling. And we have Sebastian Bash Biznet as Neil Shaw. One of you guys want to give a quick recap, at least of things that will be relevant for the viewers?
Wow, I think I completely blanked on where we are right now. I think I know we're out of the hedge. We're out of the hedge. We just talked to a lot of people at the Goblin Market. Yeah, I really I'm drawing a blank. Didn't we see somebody fishing?
Well, in the Goblin Market, Eldon Swick made a deal with one of the hobgoblins there in exchange for stealth or, I believe, hedge sense, or at least some kind of direction around the hedge. And my character Neil Shaw seems to have gotten myself and my companion Eldon Swick into some troubles after he procured a scientific calculator that can tell the future in exchange for an infant's first smile. So eventually we made it out of the hedge. We met. I don't have my pad with me, but we met a young gentleman who brought us to a cabin. We exchanged a few words, introduced ourselves, and then we set off towards the hospital to try and find an infant's first smile.
It can only end well.
Yeah, I don't think we even had any clue whatsoever as far as how that works. I also wanted to ask John. Have we noticed our masks yet? Like the way that mortals see us, or do we always see ourselves as the way we look? Because I'm not very familiar on how that actually works in Changeling. I think I just did my own thing. I can't remember.
Yes, well, as far as your characters are concerned, you look the way you look, and as you've come farther and farther from Arcadia, and specifically once you came back to the mundane world, you're still a changeling. You're still weird, as it were, but you're significantly more normal, more humanoid, more human-like than you have been. However, yes. From what you guys can tell by looking at each other, at least in character, this is the way you look now. So you're not, and you guys left the you guys haven't been told that by the other changelings yet. So
yeah, I'll just
I don't know.
keep playing
Perhaps
it.
you assume that people won't notice you.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't know what you guys know in character.
I think I'm gonna assume that people are gonna see me as is, and I'm just gonna role play like that. So.
Yeah, that's what I figured as well. We don't know all the rules and etiquette. Our characters didn't read the core book.
That's awesome.
To be fair, I'm sure your guys are both frothing at the mouth with home lust so much by this point that you're just, maybe that's in the back of your mind, but you're probably just more concerned with, hey, we're alive and we're back to reality more than anything.
Oh, definitely.
So, yes.
I'm happy to not be funneled through dark pipes.
Yeah, right? Definitely the lesser of two evils. Yes, you guys also made an agreement with the guard at the Goblin Market to help them find out about some loyalists at some point.
Right.
You made that agreement, and the infant smile wasn't a technical pledge or agreement bound by weird. However, probably obviously morally, and you guys are at least, I assume, going to give it a shot because she did give you that calculator on good faith. At any rate, yeah, you guys have made one business deal and you've made one pledge, and now you're back, headed down from this cabin on this mountain where these couple were Bobble and Danny Boy, the elemental glass and the fairest boy, Changeling make their home. You guys are heading down from there, and it's only a few miles away. You guys are headed into town. So we'll open up there. We'll open up with you guys walking through the streets of the town. And do either of you remember what time of day it was?
Yeah, I think I was going to suggest maybe we should wait till nighttime so people can't see us as easily.
Well, I know you guys came back during the day because I remember when you opened the gate, you were both blinded by light. So, you know, it took you a few hours to walk down the mountain at least, and then you probably hung out at their house a couple hours.
I envisioned it that we were like at the cabin during sundown kind of thing. So it's already like starting to get dark.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
At least that's how I pictured it.
So sure, as we open up, it's evening time, and the two of you are making your way down this this street in this mountainous town, and of course it's a mountain town. It probably has like 3,000 or 4,000 people, if that, that reside there. So there's not a lot of foot traffic going on there, and it is the it's fairly warm outside. I mean, it's up in the mountains, high altitude, and it's nighttime, so it gets pretty cool when the sun goes down. But if you guys had to guess, it's probably the beginning of summer, end of spring.
So what are we gonna do when people look at us and see what we look like? Should we like cover ourselves, or I don't know, like steal some clothes, or like kind of keep our heads down, or our hands? How the hell are we gonna get in there without us seeing what we look like?
I don't know. We maybe just try and stick to the shadows and just. He like props his collar up, kind of trying to like hide himself a little. He's like, we just gotta stick to the shadows. We're gonna stick out.
I mean, look at your damn elbows. They got like rusty hinge things. Like, how are you gonna hide that? I mean, I guess like a long sleeve shirt. Maybe we should go to like a Goodwill or Salvation Army or something to buy some crappy clothes.
Yeah, I guess that could work, but I guess the cashiers there seem weirder.
But do you got any money? I think we're gonna have to shoplift.
He's like reaching into his pockets and like all he can find is his scientific calculator. No, I don't have anything that's of value here.
Did
well,
either
sounds like a plan,
did either of you bring anything from your Durance and Arcadia? I don't know if either of you.
No, not from
a
Arcadia.
bag of tools.
Yeah. As far as I know, Neil Shaw has that bottle that I was inside of.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The only thing we mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty well done. That and the calculator, but that's from the hedge.
Yeah.
All right. So you keep this bottle in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
scalpel.
Yeah, I keep it as a keepsake kind of thing.
Okay. You notice that this bottle is quite a bit lighter, and so you reach into your pocket to grab it, and strangely enough, it's not a bottle anymore. It seems to have changed at some point into something else. It feels almost like putty or Play-Doh, but a bit more gooey. You're a bit fearful as to what it is, but you slowly bring it out and look, and it's just sort of a glob of white goo of sorts that it has changed into.
Jesus, what the hell happened to this? He's like looking in his pocket, make sure like it's not something in there causing it. It's like, did you do this before you left the bottle?
I don't think so. I better check those medical supplies that I stole off that weird like animal guy. I'll pull out like the medical supplies, like the ones that I didn't throw into the woods, and look at them. It's probably like a scalpel and I don't know, some other strange device,
Bone
or at least it
saw or
was.
something.
Yeah, yeah, bone saw. We'll say that's what it was.
Um, the medical supplies have have strangely enough, when you open this bag, there's no metal to be found. It seems as though now it's all leather and fur and a lace of some sort that when you pull it out, it looks to be shoelace. All these parts are just sort of separate, but they seem to be perhaps the parts of some boot or some shoe of some sort. And a lot of
Oh,
them
look at
still,
this!
a lot of this still looks sort of amorphous.
Look, I can cover my face with like this piece of leather. You want some fur to put around your face and people can't see you?
He's looking at
We
it.
can
He's like,
tie,
what
we can tie it around your face with a shoelace.
how do those tools just... What? He's looking at the bottle and looking at the... Man, I don't know. You know what? Let's just get this over with.
We gotta think about this. Let's not be stupid.
Well, She's like looking
I think
around.
we should shoplift. I think we should shoplift and get some clothes.
Man, he's like looking around. He's like, man, I don't want to get in trouble with the police. What's the matter with you?
Well, look at you, man. You look like some freak that they dragged out of some toy shop or something, and you ain't pretty. And I mean, look at this nose I got, man. I mean, this thing could like poke out your eye. I don't know about that. I think we gotta hide ourselves or wear some fucking Halloween masks or something. I don't know.
Man, you wearing a Halloween mask would just draw more attention.
Well, what
You'll
do you
have the goop
suggest? Just
falling
walk
out
in
of
there
the
and
eye
say,
socket.
should we just walk in there and say, we're ugly bastards. Where's your babies?
Well, now that you mention it, I don't think that's a good idea. You know,
I mean, unless there's some really ugly
suddenly,
babies in there, they're not gonna buy that.
Oh.
Suddenly, from around the corner, a couple of young men, probably in their early to mid 20s, are suddenly right there, in front of you guys. One of them looks directly at you. The other one surely notices you two, but doesn't even bother to look at you. They continue with their conversation and walk past you.
Yo, did you see that? Those people didn't even bat an eyelash at us.
That one guy gave me the like "fuck you" eyeball, but other than that, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm not that weird looking. That's strange.
It's weird.
So wait,
So
you don't
he-
want to
he-
hang like, you don't want to steal from like some old ladies at the used place and get some like trench coats and like a
Hell no,
scarf to
man.
wrap around my ugly face?
Steal from old ladies? What the hell's wrong with you, man? Oh man, we just
Isn't there like old ladies in those used places all the time? Like, you know, you can like, steal from them and not really feel bad because they're gonna die soon anyway.
man. What if that was your grandmother? What if that was your grandmother, man?
That's how you justify stealing?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna steal from my grandmother.
You're gonna die anyways. Oh. That's rough. That's rough.
But it's like old clothes that like smell like mothballs and people probably died in them and stuff. So I don't really. I mean, should I feel bad? I don't know. You never stolen from a Goodwill before?
Oh man, I've never. Man, I've only shoplifted once as a kid, and I got in deep shit for that. They brought the cops down. They drive you around town.
You weren't very good at it, I guess. Huh?
Well, You know, sometimes you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess. Listen,
I got
I
in
don't want to
trouble this
talk
one
about
time.
this
I was
anymore.
stealing baseball cards, and I shoved the baseball cards in my pocket, and there was this guy. He said he was like looking for remote control cars, and then he like showed up on the outside of the place and was like talking to my dad. It was a mess. But other than that, I've never been caught, and I was too young to go to juvie.
Oh, well, lucky you, I guess. But still, I don't think stealing would be a good idea. We should maybe, I don't know, we maybe try and barter. I mean, do you have anything worth something?
Barter.
I mean, we could maybe just trade our clothes in.
What sort of clothes are you wearing, Eldon?
I'd imagine him wearing like just like a button-up shirt, kind of like a white blouse. Uh, maybe dress pants, but they're all like raggedy from all these years of being worn. So when it comes to trying to conceal yourself, those clothes aren't really the best.
Sure.
I'm not
And
sure.
what about you?
I'm not sure what Eldon would be wearing because he was liquid engine fuel or grease for the longest time. I don't know what clothes would have materialized in my body. Uh,
Is you
maybe
wearing
just
rags or
like
something?
hanging rags that have been maybe rags that have been held together with like bodily fluids and I don't know like vines or something really weird like that.
All right, all right. So
Yeah, something that probably
a, uh,
barely passes for clothing.
at that point, a a woman walks by, talking on a phone, on a mobile phone that's smaller than any mobile phones that you guys can have ever remembered existing, from your time. At any rate, she's sitting there talking on a phone. When she sees you guys, she sort of digs, specifically when she sees Eldon, she sort of digs through her purse and and pulls out a $10 bill and hands it to you. Sort of smiles friendly,
As
and continues walking down the street.
Ne- Neil kneels down to to Eldon and says, "Yo, I think she thinks we're homeless. She thinks you're homeless. Man, you
That's
need to
awesome. We just got free money for
get man, you need to change those threads though, man. Come on,
Eldon's gonna find a street corner and he's just gonna sit down and hold his hand out.
God damn, man, I don't want to be seen with you doing that." Neil's just like kind of like walking away,
I'm
but
poor. I don't got a home. The last thing I ate was a cat. I need some money.
Neil is like walking away, like pouting with his arms crossed, and kind of like looks back to see if anyone's like throwing any more money at him.
Yeah, indeed, an a well dressed dark skinned fellow comes up, sort of digs through his pockets, hands you whatever loose change he has in there, which winds up being about $2.75.
Oh man, you're awesome. Thanks. I might be able to get like a drink or something with that. Thanks. I'm thirsty.
Man, what are you talking about? 275? You can get like you can get 3 burgers from McDonald's.
Are you still here? I thought you walked away like you're better than me.
No, once I found out that it actually works, then hell, wow. I think you should keep giving it a shot.
Yeah, damn right. This is awesome. I should have done this earlier. Man, all I gotta do is like look like shit and smell bad and wear horrible clothes and people give you money. I mean, this is like the American dream, right? I'm poor. Give me some money.
Neil Shaw just kind of like shrugs agreeingly. I guess so. But all right. Well, oh, maybe we
Come
should.
on, elbows, sit down. Hold your hand out.
He just kind of looks
If you
down.
don't want to shoplift from them old ladies, maybe we can buy some clothes.
Neil like sits down like defeatingly, holds his hand out. We're poor.
Hey, you look like you got some money in your pockets. How about you give me some? Yeah, you. I'm looking at you, buddy.
Oh, listen, man. I just got a credit card.
I'll take that.
Credit card. I take those too.
he just sort of walks off without giving you another cursory glance. So how long do you guys want to sit out here for?
Neil would probably just like after probably like the third person who ignores us, he'd probably just say, "All right, let's get something to eat."
Oh yeah, he'd be good, but I thought we wanted to get some clothes. He said I looked like some like pile of rags.
Yeah, my stomach's killing me though. I don't know that food from the hedge. It was good and all, but it just I'm just still hungry.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that food from the hedge turned to feathers inside your guts. So we should probably get some real food.
Oh jeez, I didn't think of that. But
Yeah, if we started shitting out feathers, you know, there's something going on.
There's
Yeah.
there's a pizza place named Trader Dave's within eye shot of where you guys are, and you've also sort of milled around enough to find a thrift store that may suit your clothing needs, simply called Sam's Thrift Store.
Yeah, maybe Sam's got some old like I don't know. Well, maybe you should dress me. What do you think I should wear?
you
You
should
want to go flirt with the old ladies first, and
you need something big and concealing. That's what you need. So I don't know. Let's go take a look. As like Neil just kind of like before he steps into Sam's, he like kind of peers through the windows and make sure there's nobody in direct line of the jackets and all that.
It's
like,
not a massive building, but it is pretty good sized. Looks like there's looks like there's 2 stories, but the second one has no customer access, and they have some antiques and some random things in there, but about 75% of the store is either used furniture, or used clothes. There's a lot of books, used books, and old records and 45s and that kind of stuff, those kind of things as well. And you see a couple of teenage girls in there looking around, as well as a man that looks he has sort of a homeless vet look to him. He's in there purchasing some clothes as well. And you see of course an old woman behind the counter.
of course. Neil goes for the jackets, and he's like trying to pick something out for Eldon, and he's like holding like coats up to him, like trying to like see like, man, this doesn't suit you at all, and he.
What, are you like my mom? Are you like gonna dress me? Like what are you doing?
Well, you want to look respectable at least. I mean, we're coming back home.
You gonna wipe my ass too, or what?
Don't test me. As he's still like going through it. He finds like some jean jackets, some like leather trench coats and all that. He's going through it. He's like, not a bad selection here. He's like still
Look at these suits, man. They got like 12 different colors on them. I think I kind of like this. It's kind of snazzy.
Whoa! Ah, shit! You hear a girl's voice The two of you look, and one of these girls has tripped and bam, fallen smack dab on her tailbone. And when you look, you can see a trail of soppy water from where Eldon has gone.
Neil sees this and just like, oh shit. You know, let's just pick something real quick and get the hell out. It's like he takes the like multicolored suit that Eldon was holding and brings it up to the cash.
While he's purchasing the items, I'm gonna go over to the girl and say, "Oh, looks like you fell down on your sweet ass. Sorry about that."
Yeah, I don't know why they would be mopping the floors right now. There's no wet sign. There's no caution sign.
So, do you like guys with long noses?
The two girls sort of try not to laugh. Well, a large nose is a masculine trait. How old are you?
I'm 47. Yeah.
We have to go.
Like older guys? Maybe I'm 22 then.
They walk away, not as creeped out as much as they think that you're just fucking insane. At any rate, they obviously don't feel very safe.
I walk into Mr. Shaw sort of with my head down. Well, that didn't go so well.
Yeah, well, you know how these teenage girls can get. I'm surprised they even gave you a single word.
I'll reach forward my hands that has like the change. I'll drop it in Mr. Shaw's hands. Yeah, that's all I could get. That jerk with the credit card didn't give me any money.
And yeah, so I like put the suit on the counter. Well, the suit's already there. I like take the handful of change and like.
All right. Hello, did you find everything all right?
Yeah. I don't know. I like the look of this suit. I wouldn't mind purchasing it.
Yes, it is quite interesting, isn't it? What exactly does the suit look like? You said it's multicolored, but what?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like it looks like a flannel, like with different colors crossing it, and like there's different like lines or like it's probably the worst suit anyone's ever put on in their life, and no one was probably even buried in this thing. It looks that bad.
It looks like it was made out of an old couch.
We've had this here for quite
Maybe
some time.
4 different old couches.
My son tried to get me to get rid of it many a time, but I was sure that there was just someone who would appreciate it. She's putting it in the bag extremely slow.
Neil just kind of giggles. He's like, "Well, how badly you want to get rid of it?"
Well, $350. $350's fine. The price tag says $450, but we have had it here for many years.
You giving us a discount because we're so cute. You don't look so bad in that moo-moo, I gotta tell you.
Roll something for that.
Oh.
Roll socialize.
Oh god.
Whatever social skill you think would be appropriate. Subterfuge, even, I don't care.
I guess
whatever you're trying to do,
I
I
guess.
guess.
Be manipulation because I'm totally lying.
Yeah, manipulation and whatever social skill.
Like subterfuge, I guess. Would that work? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Or persuasion. Roll persuasion. All right, I got a 10 on persuasion and
yeah,
a 9 and an 8. I guess so what's that? 3. The 10.
10 again, yeah.
Okay, so that didn't blow up. So 3 successes. So I make it sound like she looks like a hot old mama in her muumuu.
Well, she got 2 successes on her resistance, so. Why, thank you. This is this is just a work outfit. Really, nothing too fancy. If you would like to see something a bit more elegant, perhaps you could come over for dinner sometime.
That sounds good. You cook well? Like you got some skills in the kitchen? We're kind of hungry. When do you get off work?
Oh, well, we should be closing up here in about 40 minutes or so. Maybe take about 10 or 15 minutes to close up the shop after that.
Yeah, maybe we'll walk you home. You can hold my hand.
Make another roll.
Neil leans over to Eldon. He's like, "What, are you gonna try and rob this old lady?"
I totally fail. I don't get any successes on 5 dice.
Shit.
Yeah, let me hold your hand. You'll be safe.
Listen,
Nothing will happen to you. You won't die or nothing.
I won't. Why would you bring up death? Listen, as much as I appreciate it, my son gives me rides home from work every day, and well, he's a bit protective. I don't think he would appreciate it. Maybe tomorrow night or another evening this weekend. I have Wednesday off if you would like to do something during the day.
Nah, that's all right. I was kind of hot to trot tonight. Yeah, we'll take that suit and we'll get out of here.
But back to business, lady. You want $375 for this thing? People will pay $375 to not wear it.
You're gonna try and haggle in the thrift shop?
Yeah. So I tell her, listen, for $375, I'll take this suit and I'll take those pair of shoes over there.
All right, I guess make a roll for it. Whatever social skill you deem appropriate.
So would that fall under presence or manipulation? Because he's
Depends
not
on how
really
you're trying to do it. If you're trying to be lascivious and underhanded about it, then manipulation. If you're trying to seem like a good, upstanding, likable, all-American guy, then you can do presence.
Is there a gray area? No. I'll do manipulation. So target 6.
No, it's 8, 9, and 10.
8. Oh, okay. We're going with 8. Okay. No success. 1. So 2 successes.
2 successes. Yes, you can take those shoes as well. They seem as though they would suit you nicely. What, did you get laid off from a corporation or something? She's sort of looking at your white button-down shirt that's sort of rusty and brown in parts, sweat stains and.
Yeah, you could say that. Things didn't work out so well at the workplace. Let's just say that.
I feel like I've seen you somewhere before, she says, pointing at Shaw. I can't put my finger on it.
I think he was an underwear model at one point. That's probably why you like him so much.
Calvin Klein, is that you?
No, I have a cousin named Calvin, though. But,
well, maybe that's what it was. Well, here you go. She has it all bagged up for it. It's taken her this long to get it bagged up. She bagged it up and then took it out and refolded it.
Oh, so Neil, he takes the bag. He's like, "Thank you very much, miss." just as like I'd turn around and look to Alden. I'm like, well, looks like can at least look a little fashionable, I guess. About as
I'll start like
fashionable as
just
my mom's couch.
I'll be outside of the store and I'm like taking off my rags and putting on the suit at the same time. And as I'm doing it, the teenage girls are walking out of the store and I sort of give them like the gun signal, like wink at them.
Oh man. And then, yeah, the girls laugh. Me laughing out of character was also the girls laughing in character as they walked down the street. Sure. So you, this is awesome. So you left the real world when you were prepubescent, and now you've come back, and you're not like a creep, or well, I guess you are kind of creepy. You're not actually creepy. You're just like, hey, I'm actually around halfway decent, normal girls for the first time, and I care for the first time in my life.
I'm trying to act like I think adults act, I guess. Maybe that's what I don't know. I got a hard edge from all
That's
my
what makes it
mistreatment.
awesome, is because you are being creepy, but you're not actually creepy.
That's how he sees guys act in action movies. So he's like, that's what girls love.
They love a man in a nice suit and confident, you know.
Nice. Oh. So Neil.
I really hope
so yeah, you got some.
on the water.
I broke my hip. So we got some clothes, and you got some sweet ass shoes there. Are we gonna go steal some babies now?
Wait, whoa! I didn't say anything about stealing the baby. I'm not a kidnapper.
Well, I mean, we got this scalpel. Do we like get the baby to stop smiling? I mean, that's a horrible thought, but
Oh
they just,
man,
like, cut it off. Like what?
that's abhorrent, man.
How the hell are we supposed to do this, man? I mean,
Shit,
I didn't make the deal. You made the deal to get some infant face.
Hey,
That's horrible. Why would you ever want a calculator that can see the time if you have to comp a baby's face?
I tried to give it back. She didn't want to take it.
You think I'm bad? I mean,
Man. Oh shit. Man, well, I mean, like, do you think this is even something?
Of course,
we
the
can do?
scalpel looks more like a piece of string right now, so I don't think it's gonna work out so well. I don't think you can cut off a baby's face with a string.
I just think two full-grown men dressed like this, they're not gonna let us anywhere near the maternity ward. Those cops will have us escorted.
What if we say we're like the dads?
He's like.
We should say we're dads.
I don't know, man. You're not dressed like a father.
You know, we're handsome enough, guys.
Shit, we should maybe ask someone for help. Like what about the Danny boy? Like he at least has more knowledge about these deals with people from that world.
You say, man, we should go talk to him and see what he thinks. He's not gonna freak out if we talk about baby's first smiles and stuff, is he?
Man, I don't know. It's probably gonna open a whole can of worms, but it's worth a shot.
So wait, don't go to the hospital, but go talk to that guy we talked to when we first came in.
I just have a bad feeling about that hospital, man. I
think maybe there's some like people in there, like bad people.
Be right back.
Like, is that what you mean?
Oh, I think we're gonna be the bad people if we go there. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't want to go there and scare
Well,
anybody.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not
I
really the
mean,
best at planning things. It might be good to get some people to help.
or at least even to give some insight, because I mean, an infant's first smile. How vague can that be? Like, there's got to be more to it. If there's one thing I've learned in my past couple hours, we can't expect anything to seem as it seems.
Well, didn't you ask if you could take a picture? And she said that pictures didn't really work, like
Nah,
with the camera.
yeah, she said that the technology doesn't cross over that well. So the picture would probably just fade to dust by the time we got over. Kind
But
of
wait a
like,
minute. Wait a minute now. I got an idea. What if we go in there saying that, like, we're like some hot studs that slept with some chick at some party or bar or something, and supposedly she got knocked up and had a baby, and then we can go in there and be like, which one's ours? We don't even know the damn kid's name, and we'll just look around and say, like, I don't know, we want a picture, and you can take a picture and then do a painting of the picture. You think that'd be good? Like get out some fucking like finger paints and like put the eyes on there and the hair and the face. You think that would count?
man, I don't know. It would probably have to be really detailed, though. I would have to capture every little bit of that child, but hmm. I, I, to be honest, I think there's a lot more to it.
Maybe we can find a local artist. Like
How are we gonna afford a local
you're
artist?
just saying technology doesn't transfer, but maybe I don't know. Maybe she needs some leaves raked or their grass cut. I know how to do that stuff.
Well, I don't know. It's worth a shot, I guess. But who's the
Let's
biggest
work it
artist
off.
in town? Yeah, you do have a point, but who's the biggest artist in town?
I don't know. We'll have to ask around. Go talk to some people. Maybe Danny Boy knows. Maybe we should just go talk to him again. I don't think we know what the hell we're doing.
He like looks at a Swick's suit. And he's like, nah, I don't think we know what we're doing.
What? This thing's hot. Don't you think I look like some like beefcake guy that some like hot chick would say I want to marry you?
Man, it looks like
Like
when
give
you're
me a
wearing
ring now.
when you're wearing that suit, it looks like they're about to cut you up, string you up, and call you a pair of curtains.
I always did like curtains. Maybe that's why I like these ones.
I just imagine the suit as like something that would be in like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or something.
Well, do you guys watch?
Yeah, sounds good.
Do you guys know of Hockey Night in Canada? There's Don Cherry. Like the suits he wears, I don't know. I'll post it to the group. But I imagine it being one of those because he has some fancy looking suits.
So you don't think the suit looks very good? You said people would pay not to wear it. Like, is it really that bad? Is my sense of style that antiquated?
He's like looking at it, he's like, well, I don't think you'll ever see two suits of this alike, ever. So it is pretty unique.
That's right. It's original. When
well,
people see this suit, they go, "That's Eldon. You don't mess with Eldon." And
yeah, because you might
you're
get
like
some
a
of his
chick. You think
clothes
that's
on
hot.
you. You don't mess with Eldon because you might get his clothes on you.
Or you might fall on my wet drool mark behind me.
Yeah.
So you guys are making your way back. You guys are making your way to the hospital or back to the cabin?
We're going back to the cabin. We're just like hurling friendly insults at each other, you know.
Sure.
You know,
if anybody walks by us as we're walking down the street, I just I do the gun symbol at them and give them a wink, male or female, it doesn't matter. Just like trying to be friendly.
there's not many people at this hour. There's a dude that looks half drunk. He waves back at you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. High five.
All right. So as you guys make your way to the base of this mountain and start walking up, just about a little less than a mile from the cabin, you Shaw, Neil, you get the creeping feeling that you're sort of being watched at some point. And you sort of begin to take more note of your surroundings without trying to be super obvious about it, and you see a movement off to the bushes, and you kind of look again without trying to make it too obvious, and you see what appears to be a pair of eyes fixed on you guys. They look very, very predatorial, very cat-like.
Shaw kind of like his steps go from a normal walk to just slowing down. He like kind of stops Aldon and like, don't freak out. I see something over there.
What? You see something? What do you mean? What do you see?
Just look very slowly. As he like kind of not points full out, but just like gestures his finger out to try and like point it out.
As you do this, and as Eldon struggles to, or sort of squints his eyes to look that direction, suddenly with a flash, these eyes are gone, and you hear scuttling and the breaking of twigs, and you can see the figure up ahead of you, running away.
As Neil like steps up, he's like, "Hey, get the hell back here! We see you!"
And I just start running in whatever direction he's screaming. This way!
Where's he at?
Oh, son of a bitch.
You can make an athletics roll if you want. Both of you.
Okay.
If you wish to pursue.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay. Would that be a dex and athletics? Or strength?
I believe it would
Yeah.
be like,
Again, I'll let you, depending on how you want to do it, if you want to use your strength to try and just barrel through at this person, if you want to try and use your dexterity to hop over things in the forest and try to find the quickest route. Either way's fine. I think usually it's strength, according to the rules as written.
I only got one.
I'll just roll strength then. That works. I got 110. Yeah, 1 success.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you guys chase after this, but by the time you reach the point where you saw the silhouette, it of course is gone, and you pause for a minute, but you see and hear nothing.
Neil's like kind of looking down where he saw the eyes to see if there's like any kind of footprints or anything it would have left. It's like maybe that would give us some, clue as to what it was.
Sure. Yeah, make an investigation roll.
Okay.
Investigation and either wits or intelligence is fine.
Yeah, I'll go with it. 4 successes.
Yep, you Sherlock Holmes it up. All right, so sure. So you're looking in the area, and I should have specified when you saw the figure, the silhouette. It looked like a human. It was very humanoid, bipedal, but these eyes looked very cat-like and predatorial, and they were close to the ground. so you assume this person was squatting down, of course. And as you sort of shift around some stuff and try to and look about, you see not any marks of any shoe, but it looks like cougar mountain lion tracks that were fresh, that were just sitting here and ran off.
Neil sees that and kind of gives Eldon the, come here, check this out.
What'd you find?
Looks like there's some kind of frickin' mountain lion here. Something's like hunting us down.
You think that's like has anything to do with like that horn and that stuff that was going on back there?
Man, you'd think they would have followed us all this way? God damn.
Well, like stuff changes when you come over, right? So like that scalpel turns into a shoelace, and that bottle turns into putty. Maybe one of those like briar wolf things turns into like a mountain lion or something strange. Or maybe that's some person. You think that? Maybe like us. Maybe it's one of those loyalists.
You know, that's...
Maybe their job is to hunt us down.
Jeez, that's a pretty scary thought. We should run over to Danny Boy and let him know.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's run.
It only takes you guys about a minute and a half or two to arrive at the cabin. Well, of course, the door is unlocked. You fling it open to find Danny Boy sitting there warming himself by a fire. There's some meat and potatoes and some broccoli, a little bowl of vegetable soup there, two rations of it sitting there at a table. You guys open the door and he turns around. I expected you back a bit sooner, to be honest.
Neil ushers Eldon in and then just kind of puts his eye to the door that's ajar, and he's just keeping an eye out before he closes it. He's like, I think we've been followed here.
Wait, what?
Something was hunting us.
What was hunting you?
I have no idea. We were on our way back here, but then this thing just... I saw it in the bushes. It was close to the
thing. What? So it wasn't it wasn't a person. Was it one of them? Was it one of us?
I still don't know. It was it had huge glassy eyes, and I went to check it out, and it took off, and then there was these prints left behind.
What sort of prints?
Like a mountain lion or jaguar or something.
That's just Lorraine. She lives here with us.
Jeez, man, you should tell her to be a little more vocal. God damn.
Yeah, you don't think I've tried? Those well, the Winter Court does what they want to do. At any rate, she wishes you no ill will. That harbors you no ill will. That I can assure you. She's well, I suppose friendly might not be the best word to describe her, but she's amiable enough. That's for sure. Her loyalty is not to be questioned.
Wait, go back a little bit. What do you mean the Winter Court? What, does she have a dance or something? And they have it in the winter time? I don't know what you're talking about. Does she wear a princess thing on her head? What?
Come. I'm sure you two are hungry here. We've Bobble made some food, made enough food for you guys to eat. Come and eat, and I'll tell you a bit.
All right, yeah. That sounds
Lorraine
good.
belongs to Lorraine belongs to the Winter Court. Changeling society, as any group of people, needs some form of governance. And, well, I suppose the most fair way that this can be achieved is through the courts. There are 4 courts, one for each season, and each respective season in turn, that court rules. Each court has their own values, their own concerns, and each court acts upon them in turn. We are in the summer months now, so as you can imagine, the summer court holds sway.
So is it kind of like if there's like Republicans and Democrats, like every 6 months they'd switch, but it's like every 3 months they switch? Is that what kind of you're talking about?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's a very good way of understanding it. Yeah. The Winter Court. Well, I suppose Lorraine is a pretty good example of the sort of virtues that they hold close. The Winter Court believes that it's best to, well, stick your head in the sand, hide, hope that no one finds you, interact with as few people as possible, put none of your friends and family, changeling or mortal, at risk. That is the best way to escape the grasp of the true Fae. The Summer Court holds the exact opposite to be true. They hold the emotion of wrath to be sacred, almost. They believe that you should not be afraid, you should not hide from these true Fae. They believe that you should fight fire with fire, as it were, or perhaps iron. They seek to take the battles to the true Fae, sometimes even on their own ground. A bit, well, they're not all hotheads, but, well, if you ask me, they're not exactly the most sane of individuals. I'm not sure why you'd want to be running back straight into the devil's den. However, that is one way of dealing with the issues. That's to be sure. I, myself, am a member of the Spring Court. We value desire and regaining your life, a normal life, perhaps not the life which you left, perhaps that can never be regained, but we seek to help changelings not feel so lost. We seek to help you find a niche within a good, healthy, social, normal as it can be, at any way, niche within this world. The farther you can become deeply entrenched within the mundane life, the harder it is for the true Fae to get their tendrils upon you. At least that's what me and mine believe. Others of the Autumn Court, the Fall, well, Bobble falls under that purview. They're sort of scientists of the hedge, in a manner of speaking. They wish to find out more about the inner workings of the hedge, the dreamlike nature of the hobgoblins, and even the true Fae. Well, I suppose knowledge really is power, to an extent. However, I also believe that, well, there's certain things that you just can't unlearn, and by the time you found them out, you'll wish that you never took that first step on your journey of knowledge. There's the Freehold. The Freehold is changeling society as a whole. By no means are you forced into this Freehold. However, I'm sure you may have already experienced from your mere 24 hours back in the realm of the mortals that it would behoove you to have some help from some allies, and joining the Freehold gives you such help.
So do you suggest we should do that first? We're sort of lost. We're supposed to get this, like... I look over at Neil Shaw. Well, do you want to tell him?
Alright,
I'm not so delicate with words sometimes.
I guess we should be forthcoming, but before we came here, we made a bit of a deal with the hobgoblin. At least we think it was a hobgoblin. But, she gave me this. As he like pulls out the calculator, and he says, "She gave me this in exchange for the first smile of an infant."
You've got to be very, very careful when you make agreements with Hobbs or with other lost.
She
The
did.
power of. Go ahead.
Neil was gonna just say like, she did make it seem like it was a goodwill kind of thing, but I want to keep my word.
Well, not every agreement that you make will have the power of the weird pumped into it, but if you do make a pledge, a contract of sorts, and the weird has bound it together, then if you renege on your agreement, you may find yourself, well, to put it simply, cursed, in a manner of speaking. However, many times for denizens of the hedge, especially for goblin market businessmen of the sort, they operate more on a hard one-for-one trading basis. Perhaps, well, I don't know the exact nature of the agreement that you made with her, but perhaps you wouldn't suffer a curse if you reneged on the agreement. Or perhaps you would.
Yeah, but I don't think Neil wants to make an enemy, and I guess you'd make an enemy, right? If you made a deal and didn't go through with it, that would make sense to me.
Well, each individual is different, obviously. I'm sure the participant wouldn't be thrilled.
I at least feel that I should keep true to my word. I mean, because if not, then what's it worth?
But yes, if you are looking to make friends, and, well, let's face it, we all need friends, don't we? The freehold would be the first step. The only agreement that you must make and keep is that if any changeling within the freehold needs help, you must help them. And vice versa. If you need help, then any changeling within the freehold must give you said help. Now, I understand that is quite a vague thing, and many people may define it different ways. These sort of things are hard to really confine. You can't put such things in a box, you see.
So we'd be making
But if you make
another agreement.
Indeed. You will find that many agreements will need to be made, unless you wish to work on your own, which is your decision.
Yeah, usually though that doesn't work out too great.
Yeah, I kind of think we're kind of helpless on our own. We didn't do very well. I don't know. I think we should go do this, maybe get some help. Make that agreement.
So how does this work? Is there some kind of central meeting place, or is there somewhere we go?
Well, I am not the king, but the chancellor of the Spring Court, and I do have it within my power to bring you into the freehold should you make the agreement. We can do it here and now. Normally such things are observed at least by a small group of people, but as far as the freehold is concerned, sometimes it's best to have your bases covered as soon as possible. And should you find that to behoove you now, then we can do such as soon as you finish with your meal.
All right.
What do you think, Neil? Should we do it with a bunch of people? Or here? I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I'm fine with meeting more. It's just to be honest, I'm really weary. It's just it, my entire interpretation of reality has been flipped upside down. I don't even know who to trust anymore. I mean, really, Eldon's the only one who's been by my side the whole time.
Well, I can assure you that, of course, not every lost that you meet will have well wishes for you. Well, all our livelihood, all our eggs are in the same basket, so to speak. You understand that staying underneath the radar of the humans and the true Fae, as well as other stranger entities that walk this earth, is the biggest priority, of the utmost importance. And of course, there is inner turmoil even within each individual court. There is, of course, dissension, as any group of people. However, at the end of the day, you can count on any sane one of us to get you out of a hard spot, and we would expect the same from you.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like something I can get behind. How about you?
I don't think I need to extrapolate. I think you can imagine how strange and entirely detrimental it would be, not only to us, but perhaps the the whole world economy, if it was to be found out that we exist, if people were to begin writing verified articles on us and such.
Yeah, I don't know. It would just flip this whole world upside down.
Mm.
But I personally, I'm fine. I'm fine with joining the Freehold. But as for Mr. Eldon, the choice is his.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what's going on. We're just kind of a couple of fish out of the barrel, and I don't know what's going on. So I think we should do that. How long would it take to get people together?
Well, it shouldn't take too long. However, I'm sure that we have representatives of 3 of the 4 courts here with us now. I'm sure we can notify the summer court tomorrow or this evening, and they wouldn't have a problem with it if you wish to do it now. If you do wish to have a representative from the summer court, I can try to arrange that.
I think that would be best if they're all equal. We don't want to make one look bad or less than the others.
Mm.
I think we should wait.
Yeah, good thinking.
Danny boy, takes off his coat and his hat, and he takes off some pants and puts on some shorts instead. All right. Well, if you want to get Bobble and Lorraine together, they should be around here somewhere, and prepare them. I'll go and find a member of the summer court. By this point, he's wearing considerably less garb than he was wearing a minute ago. He steps over to a door that, if you had to guess, was probably just a door to a pantry or a closet of some sorts. He reaches out to the door, and as he does, there's sort of a strange sound as a green light emanates from behind the door, and he steps through the other side of this door and disappears from sight.
Neil's just like, damn. So Neil sits there. He's like chowing down. He, is Bobble at the table? Yes. Or
He's not within eye line.
Oh, okay.
Last time you guys were here, he has a little laboratory in the basement.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So, Mr. Shaw like finishes his meal and looks over to Alden and says, "You know, I might take a look downstairs, see what's going on."
All right. You want me to stay up here and keep an eye on things?
Oh, you can come with
Yeah.
me if
Why
you
don't I
want.
do that? I'll finish up my meal. You go downstairs. I'll just hang out here.
Yeah, sure thing.
Uh,
So, Neil goes for the basement door. What do you think's this basement door? Uh, and he starts walking down. One step at a time. He's not like running down. And yeah, he reaches the bottom of the stairs. He's just like, Bobble, was it?
Yes. Yes. He's sitting there writing something down. And what what was it they call you again?
Oh, my name's Neil Shaw.
You might it might behoove you to find a changeling name, a from what studies have shown, and I have some manuscripts here if you wish to read over them. From what studies have shown, it is easier to work not only magic as will workers use it, but magic from the weird. It's easier to use it against people whose true names you know.
Oh, well, that is
Of
something
course,
new to say.
I wish to use no offensive magic against you. Do not worry about me. I will not use this against you. However, it is something to be noted.
Oh, I really appreciate you telling me that because that could have gone horribly wrong. But
Indeed.
but a changeling name. So, how'd you come up with your name? I assume Bobble's a changeling name.
Yes, well, I believe it was imbued upon me more than than it was chosen by me. I suppose it just sort of fits. See, I've designed many trinkets, many small things for people, and well, I suppose if you're going to judge a book by its cover, he sort of looks at his own rounded glass. His whole body's just kind of colored glass that's all sort of rounded, and you can see through it.
uh, Neil notes that, and he's like looking around at all the trinkets. He's like, "Well, what exactly are they?"
Tokens, things to aid our kind. You see, this time of the year, the summer court commissions me to make a great deal of trinkets, things to help them in their expeditions and battles and warfare with the true Fae and God knows whatever else they wish to grind into a pulp on the hedge. I make things to help protect them.
Uh,
Disposable armor, things of that nature. You understand? It has a modicum of interest to it. However, these summer court are more concerned with mass producing a consistent product more than experimenting and progress. But I suppose a time for each thing, a season for each in turn.
yeah, I understand that, but no. So have they actually used any of these to kill a true Fae?
There's unfortunately the only sort of item that ever has been known to guarantee the death of a true Fae is pure untempered iron. And in
I
this day and age, as you can imagine, untampered iron is not the easiest of things to come by.
I could imagine. Can't just
Mm.
can't just get your own kiln though, or your own metallurgy warehouse or something. I don't know how this works, but certainly there should be a way to. Mass-produced
It
metal.
must be iron that is untampered by the touch of man.
Oh, jeez. So,
In the Victorian era, this was a much easier thing to accomplish, what with humans, their technology being what it was, and with changelings having access to the power of the weird that they do, it was much easier to come by such things. And yeah, many true Fae met their final dreamed their final dream in the Victorian age. And yet in this day and age, it is increasingly difficult to come across such. Yea, even in my lifetime, the only accounts of mass untampered iron that has ever been found has, in fact, been under the possession of true Fae. They use it as assurance against each other. Strangely enough, I suppose, there is turmoil between every group of people. No one is unified.
yeah, they're paranoid of each other as it is.
Hmm. And what of you? What of you, my friend? I am skilled with my hands, a man of science. I prefer to think of myself as a jack of all trades, a master of a few, not few, a few. But you seem to be a skilled man of science and knowledge yourself. What's your story?
Well, I used to work at the nuclear power plant up the way. Uh, well, pretty well. As you all know, it went sour up there one day, and that's where it started.
Indeed, that, well, I don't know if you're quite ready for it or if it's of any matter for you. I don't think there will be any great epiphany to come about through it, but of course that was a very, very big happening for the town, and there are many newspaper articles about it that you could read, should you so desire.
I might have to face the music eventually. But
Indeed. I'm sure you could find them in the library.
by the way, I actually came across this. Could you tell me anything more about it? As he hands him the scientific calculator.
Oh. He he puts on his glasses that have multiple lenses so he can look up close at things. You see the sort of guy he's not really been apathetic, but sort of cold and a little bit inhuman. For the first time you see him like he's actually passionate about something and a little excited and has emotion. So he not snatches it from you, but he quickly sort of grabs it up. But devil, I've never seen anything quite like it. I don't know if it's a one-of-a-kind thing. I would almost assume so. I'm not really sure what would happen. I can't seem to get it to work. Is it broken?
Oh, here.
You see some sort of glimmery, shiny stuff come off of him as he spins as he burns a couple points of glamour to try and get the thing to work. To no response.
Here, let me try. As he just pushes the on button.
Right. Yeah, and you don't even have to pump any glamour. It already is charged with glamour now. So you push the button and it comes on, and you see yourself. You see yourself, Shaw. But it is you as you are meant to look, your 100% normal human self, and you're wearing a fairly nice suit, not flashy, but a pretty expensive suit. Sitting there kind of shaking hands with some other people that look fairly well-to-do. I mean, not like too crazy, but you're sort of rubbing elbows and shoulders with some other well-dressed people, just exchanging greetings with them.
Shaw's just watching this over Bobble's shoulder. Like,
Right. So you sort of see this and they're ha ha ha. You don't really hear what they're saying, but just general guffawing and like hello there, sort of a thing, and then it just sort of fades out to static. What the fuck just happened?
the apparently it can tell the future. It saved us once.
That is amazing.
Thing is, apparently whatever it shows can be undone. So,
I I suppose that's helpful. Not too much good seeing the future if you can't do anything to change it. In fact, that might just make things worse.
to be honest, I'm afraid to look at it most of the time as he like takes it and like puts the case back on and like puts it away.
Yes, I would be careful with it. Such similar devices have been used as a comm link between true Fae before. However, this doesn't seem to be fishy in any way, and the fact that it wasn't responding to my touch makes me think that, well, maybe you're the only one that it works for. And if that's
Well,
true, then it could be considerably safer.
Well, it used to belong to me before all this happened, so I have no real idea. To be honest, I don't know how any of this stuff works. But actually, I just remembered I left my friend upstairs. I should go keep him company.
Ah, yes, you enjoyed your meal? He says as he follows you.
Oh yeah, it was filling.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. All right. So meanwhile, Eldon has been sitting there.
Yeah, I've just been munching away on the meal that was provided to me.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, Eldon's finishing slurping down his soup and his bread and meat and potatoes and whatnot. When you hear a sound reaches your nose, Eldon. It sounds like something sniffing the air behind you. Not immediately behind you, but close to you.
Hello? Is anybody there? I'm allowed to be here. Is that you? Winter Court? You're in Winter Court, right? Hello?
Yeah, yes. You turn around to see a woman standing there. She's wearing a flannel button-down shirt and some sort of almost camouflage army-looking pants that are all dirty and ripped up in a couple spots. Her head is pretty much the head of a mountain lion, more or less, and she has hair all over her entire body. The underside of her arms are a bit more hairless, but she has sort of a tawny coat. Yes.
Like my suit? I just got it. I think it's fancy.
It does elicit a very visceral response.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I saw it in there. It's like it was like yelling my name. Like I should put it on. So I did.
It is.
I was gonna shoplift it, but my friend didn't want me to.
It is very noticeable. I generally don't care to garner more looks than I already receive. However, yes, it is very noticeable. Most
Yeah,
people
we saw
would.
you were like hanging out and staring at us. We kind of thought you were a little creepy, to be honest.
Yes, well, I thought water goblin and a walking automaton scientist coming close to my home was a bit creepy. I'm sure you can understand.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I'm not the most prettiest of Bellas, so yeah. Sorry for freaking you out. I mean, look at
Oh.
this nose I got here. This nose thing is just ridiculous.
No harm, no foul. Yes, I'm not the biggest looker myself, and I doubt most people that you talk to would think of me as any sort of authority on fashion. So I can't speak too much to the validity of your outfit, although it is interesting to be sure.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you can do something with your hair there, like style it. I'm sure that would take hours, though.
She flops down a dead waterfowl of some sort on the table.
Wow. That's something.
Spits out some feathers.
You don't like to use silverware or anything, or well, I guess it could be considered like a finger food.
Do I look weak to you?
Weak? No, I didn't say weak. You're not gonna bite me or anything, are you?
Not unless you give me reason to.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to like offend you. Yeah. We're just waiting around, just trying to get into the whole freehold thing. Yeah. 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 We're just hanging out. That's all right, right? We don't mean any harm, or we're just we just came from over there, you know. Just came out.
Well, that's by this point she's ripped off one of the talons.
Don't
And
know what the hell's going on.
The lollipop. As long as you don't threaten me or my friends, then you're fine with me.
No, I don't want to make any threats. I just want to, I don't know, get back to my life or find a new life, or I don't know. I'm just glad not to be in pipes and darkness all the time. It's nice to be able to see again instead of just feeling around in the dark.
You'll eventually find a balance. As you can probably guess, I wasn't always this way, and as much as I wanted to regain what I had, when I came back I realized that things had changed in the time that I was gone. And not only had the world changed, but I had changed. Things about me were irrevocably different. She coughs up a beak and the skull. Irrevocably different.
Oh, yeah, I see that. You probably shouldn't eat that shit. That doesn't look too good for your insides. Like, I would just eat the meat parts. But
she sort of looks at you and rolls her eyes, and gets up, comes back with a shower curtain. Here, get up a second.
what's that all about?
As you stand up, you look down in the chair that you're sitting on is all wet. This wooden chair. So she just puts this shower curtain over it.
Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of like, yeah, I leave a mess wherever I go. I should probably start wearing something around my body, or, sorry.
You'll
It's kind of
get
embarrassing.
used to it. There are more inconvenient things that I have seen. At least you don't have to worry about falling down a flight of stairs and breaking every glass in your body, Bobble says, as he and Shaw have made their way to the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that'd be very good, so yeah, don't do that. I want to have to glue you back together.
So you wish
I'm sure I do a terrible job.
to join the Freehold, do you?
Yeah, I think that's probably best. Because we tried to figure stuff out on our own, and we were kind of wandering around like lost puppies. Yeah.
Indeed. There is a 99.22 attrition rate for changelings that come back and do not join the freehold. So, yes, it would behoove you.
Neil looks
Yeah,
across
me and
the room. He looks across the room and sees Lorraine, I believe. Says, hey, sorry about giving you a lungful back there. I was we've been chased for a while, so I'm sure you can understand.
Fair enough. I can relate that, of course, it is a bit disconcerting to have someone watching you from the shadows. However, well, that's the way that the Winter Court works. And perhaps in time you'll find it, perhaps you'll recognize it as a good thing that you have friends watching you.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, that's for sure.
It's at that point that there's a sort of green flash from behind the door, and Danny Boy comes back. And as he does, he's got with him a what appears to be a scraggly dog person of sorts. It's assumably a woman by the vaguely feminine shape of the body, but she's just wearing a vest and sort of tight pants, and alligator skin boots. But her whole body is also covered with fur, and it's more long and sort of scraggly. It's all brown, sort of mud brown, and you could tell that she's a pretty high-strung individual. She comes in with a brisk pace and sort of paces the room, constantly moving. Even if she stops, she's looking at something or is still in motion. Hey, how's it going?
We're doing all right. We're a little shaken.
Dog.
Can't complain too much.
My name's Dog.
Dog? I'm N.
Wait, you're what?
Dog. That's my name.
Neil leans over to Eldon's ear and says, I just learned that it's best to not use your real names, even if you're friends with these people.
I shouldn't use my real name.
What about you, Slick? What's your name? He says, looking at the water goblin.
So like nicknames are good? Is that what you're saying? I'm like completely ignoring Dog and looking at Neil Shaw.
He's like, Shaw's like, yeah, just like say something that you'll stick to, because if you say your real name, they can use it against you.
What'd you call me? Did you call me Slick? Yeah, let's just go with that. My name's Slick now. That sounds good. If you ever need some oil, you can just come wring my hair.
Oh,
probably better than that synthetic stuff.
We'll be in contact. I'm the right-hand man for the Iron Lady. She's the Queen of Summer.
So you guys
Iron
are.
Lady. Sounds like somebody you shouldn't mess with.
So wait, you guys are all from here? How many more are there? Damn.
It is difficult to keep track of the population at any given time. Some changelings go into the hedge, never return, consciously or unconsciously. Some spend inordinate amounts of time in the hedge or their hollow. Some stay in the mundane world, but are extremely adept at remaining under the radar. It is very hard to attempt to catalog the population and the census. However, it is ever changing. Give or take, there's somewhere between 80 and 100 changelings within this area.
Wow.
Wow, that is a lot.
Enormous.
That's a lot of people that got
It's
taken away.
It's an anomaly, of course. For some reason, this spot seems to hold either a significance to the true Fae, or perhaps the barrier between worlds is a bit weaker. At any rate, the Fae have always been more active in this area than any other.
Well, I'm glad there's at least some good people around here that we can trust.
Well, it appears we have a representative from each court here. So, if you two are ready, we can commence.
I'm
So-
Neil looks around. He's like, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I think I am too. What do we have to like say some words and like clap our hands and dance around a bit, or how the heck do you guys do this? Like sign something, or how's this work?
He pulls out a book, flips to a page where there's some names and stuff on the page before, but he flips over to the first empty page and holds it out to you guys. If you could pump a point of your glamour into this, the power of the weird will hold it.
So wait, how do I? As like
What?
Neil Shaw's like, how do I? And like he puts his hand out, and then like the flakes of rust kind of just like shake a little bit, and then like the actual metallic parts shine a little. It's like, whoa, what the hell?
God, these guys are freaking noobs.
Hey man, it's not my fault. Did I do it right? It's like looking at his hand.
Lorraine glares at Dog with like, shut the fuck up look. Yes. The glamour is simply the magic flowing through your veins. That will do. And he sort of holds it out to Eldon.
Eldon just grabs some of his hair, and just starts like twisting it around, and put some of his grease and oil
All right.
on the,
So yeah,
on
and
the thing,
of
and
course,
he writes his name in it with his finger.
cool. And yeah, of course, each of this costs you guys a glamour point each.
Yeah.
I think I'm down 2 now.
By hedge and weird and fey, accept these lost into the freehold today. He says and shuts the book, and as he does, whoosh, there's a like a flash from a camera, a quick gleam from the innards of the book. And it is so. He stuffs the book away. Now, as Danny Boy told you, the only side of the agreement that you must worry about keeping is if another member of the Freehold seeks help, you must offer it to them. Help can be defined by different ways, and this agreement does not mean that you must oblige everything. Do not allow yourself to be taken advantage of. However, you must decide where the line is for you and in your conscience. I can rest assure you, you do not want to break. If there's any contract, any agreement, any pledge that you break in your life, let it not be the Freehold pledge. For as many benefits as it gives you, it will give you thrice as many curses. Each of the courts in turn has put things into this agreement to help you. For the Winter Court, you have a new identity. You will find it that people who seek to look into your background will have a harder time of it. It will not be impossible for them to find things out, but it will not be easy. So each of you gets the, I believe it's the 1 dot merit of a new identity automatically. And then just put a star or something next to it so you know that if you break the Freehold Pledge that you get it taken away from you. From the Summer Court, they offer you self-defense. It manifests differently in each one, and yet the untapped talents will be amplified by the help of the Summer Court. So each of you gets 1 dot in a combat skill of your choice.
Okay.
And again, maybe star that, or just know that if you break the agreement, that goes away.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
not only does it go away, but then you get a negative to that as well.
That's rough. But it's the way it must be done.
From the
guys,
Spring Court.
I'll be right
The
back.
Spring Court has given you a bit of resources. Things to help you get on your feet faster.
Should we? Do you want to wait for Tim or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll just take this minute. I'm just gonna refill my water.
Totally.
It's probably a good time to take like 5-minute break or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that as well.
Okay, so everybody watching, we're just gonna have a quick 5-minute intermission. We'll be right back.
Yep. Be right back, you guys.
Sorry, guys, I'm back. I just had to get a phone call from my wife. She's on the way home. Looks like everybody's taking a break. That's probably good. Trying to cook dinner and play games and all kinds of stuff at the same time.
We're taking a quick
Well, it was the
break.
easiest thing. Okay, yeah, I figured. That was my wife calling. I'm trying to cook dinner and play and keep things figured out at the same time here. Make some stir fry.
Just don't botch your cooking roll.
So far, so good. Yeah, sorry about that. I think the last thing you were saying is 1 dot in a combat skill. Did you just take a break after that?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mentioned that for the Spring Court you get a resource merit, but yeah, that's pretty much all I said.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting the way that you're doing that with the merits. I like that you sort of you give them out if it kind of makes sense. You know, if things are going on in the game, or you make a like in-game deal. Lots to remember that. That seems to be pretty fun.
Yeah, and I think it's something that could work for,
whatever the characters decide to do.
Changeling has it built into the mechanics, and it's part of Changeling already, but yeah, it's something that's nice to do. Especially if my face.
Yeah, I guess even like OSR.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say my face-to-face.
I was just saying in other games I've given out free stuff too. That's all.
Oh, yeah, my face-to-face group they don't read they don't read the books at all. For better, there's pros and cons to both sides. So that being said, a lot of character creation process. I'll do things to expedite the process, and also just I'll see the way their character's going. I know what they want. They could look through the book. You know how it is when 7 people are at a table or 6 people are at a table. What are the other 5 people going to do when one person's looking through the book for their abilities?
I've definitely been a part of a lot of groups that were like that. They most of the time don't even have the book, so.
It's nice though for guys like you and me that like to improvise and homebrew stuff, because then we don't. If something's not, you don't use something, you don't use it, and they're none the wiser, and they don't give you grief about it.
That's true.
And there's
Yeah, especially I think with
I was just gonna say there's no rules,
the
lawyers.
lags
Too.
get. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's some things in Changeling I think it would definitely change if I ran a long game of it or just ignored. There's a lot of different things you can do in Changeling. I think there's so much stuff that can kind of overwhelm people.
I think that's what initially scared me with Changeling at first, was because you pick up the core book, and out of all the World of Darkness books, this one is the most dense. So it's like, man, I look at it and there's so many rules where you can alter and change, and it won't affect the game too much, but at the same time, it's like, man, there's a lot to deal with. Okay.
I ever did
wanna-
dreams and dreamscapes and stuff like that. I think there's ownermancy in the book. I think
Yeah.
it's a little complicated. There's different stats you roll for combat, and in my Wars game I'm running, we did a lot of dream sequences and flashback scenes and stuff, and it was all sort of done without mechanics. It was just everyone was pitching in and describing things, and I think that's how I'd do it in Changeling too. It was a lot of fun. I don't know if you've ever done anything with dreams and campaigns before, Bash.
Not dream. I've done flashbacks, but not actual dreams. Would be it would be neat because I consider it planes walking or going between different planes in D&D, but even more out there, because you're dealing with people's subconscious, all the weird stuff they think of. So yeah,
my group was really, and I was the one running the game, but my group was kind of intimidated about the whole dream thing. I probably was too, to be honest. I don't remember, but it was kind of oh, that's kind of weird, But then once we started to do it, they were like, oh, this is awesome, and we could have so many possibilities. We could do this for a while, because when you're in a dream, it's collaborative storytelling, because at least the way it is in the book, the players can shape the dream. Changelings can shape dreams without even using any points. You can just do it, so it's they get to be the GM for, it's kind of the same as flashbacks, I guess. The problem with dreams is if you're gonna improvise a lot, or if they jump into 8 dreams in one session very quickly, in my experience, it gets hard to okay, at first, cool, I'll have a dream about this guy when he was a little kid, and then I'll have a dream that's heavy on symbology, and then after that you're crap, okay, right now, improvise a dream. It's crap, what? And I guess they don't have to make sense, because dreams seldom do, but yeah, it's an interesting thing, that's for sure.
I notice when I improv dreams, they tend to turn into nightmares. It's probably because I have a lot of nightmares myself, but I think I'd have a lot of fun.
For World of Darkness, it's good to let either a virtue or a vice, I think, define a dream, and then sort of extrapolate from there.
That's actually really good advice. Damn.
But I also played and then stole the GM's idea and ran a campaign where the whole thing is they were taking on a true fae that worked almost explicitly in dreams, and to reach the true fae, they had there's this little needle that they had to prick 7 people that all exhibited the different vices, and then they had to jump in that person's break into their house and jump into their dream that night, and collect the essence of it. And once they had all 7 vices, they could go into this dream world. And once they were in the world, there's 7 realms, and they have to each define which vices. It was very Legend of Zelda-y. It was pretty cool though.
Sounds fun.
A lot of dream hopping, yeah. So anyway, so yes, you get a dot in combat of your choice from the Summer Court, and you get the resources merit on, let's say, 1 dot for now. I think I'll have to look in the book, and maybe that won't be enough to warrant anything, but hey, it's something.
Okay.
And
is there one more?
And finally, the Autumn Court seeks to help you grasp other stranger creatures that exist as you guys gain a dot of occult. So you've got a little bit of
skill.
Yes, it's a skill. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So you got a little bit of fighting from the Summer Court, a little occult from Autumn, a new identity from Winter, and a little bit of money from Spring. Which I suppose all said, that's like, kind of awesome for a little thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a bad deal. Well,
Until they start asking us for.
Oh wait, I forgot about One-Armed Sam. Oh shit, he told me not to make deals. Oh.
Right.
No, but okay. So Neil Shaw, he's standing there and trying to look kind of humble, in front of all these people. But he actually feels once the contract goes through, his eyes just kind of brighten a little as he looks around and seems a little more understanding.
Yes. As out of place and strange as you guys feel, as completely alien as you yourselves feel, it seems as though you have found a community, or at the very least, a group of individuals who are in somewhat of the same boat as you. Well, it's good to have you guys on board. If the Summer Court needs anything, I'll let you guys know. But I don't want to throw you guys to the wind, let you die. Get some use out of you, but I'll return to the Iron Lady and let her know of your existence. Slick, and what was your name? He nods to the scientist.
Neil goes like, my name is Nick, and so he just gives him the name N.
Well, fair enough. I heard dumber shit anyways. So she turns around and briskly walks to the door, spins a point at Glamour, and opens it up, and is gone.
As like once he leaves, like Neil's just looking around like, and what the fuck? God damn it!
Yeah. Are you like from Sesame Street or what the what the hell, man? What kind of name is that?
Well, I don't know. I panicked. Shit. As he's like looking down at himself, he's like, might as well call myself fucking Rusty. Shit.
Why didn't you call yourself Rusty? That's a good one. I like that one.
Because it's
Sounds like
already
you're
been
trying to be like,
established,
oh,
man.
avant-garde or something.
It's already been established, I guess. You know.
All right.
Oh no in this society. I can't go back on that, or else I lose an arm.
Hey, you can do whatever you want, man. I mean, Lorraine
Maybe,
chose Lorraine for her name. And she's probably doing that as she probably chooses a normal name because she's Wintercord and weird. So everyone, and maybe you change your name and dog doesn't know, and then there's like egg on her face when she when like it's found out you didn't tell me about these people. Like, yes, I did.
You're the changeling formerly known as N.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, I'll just go by fucking Rusty or Shiny, or maybe I'll just change name every other week. I'll be one of those kinds of people.
All right. So Danny Boy's kind of smiling at you guys, glad that he has some new colleagues, as it were. So you guys, you said that you made an. Wait. What did you say you made? You said you made an agreement for a calculator, and what do you have to procure?
The first smile of an infant.
Ouch.
Yeah. We have to bring it to the hedge.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do that crap.
Problem is, there's no way. Apparently, the technology doesn't cross over to the hedge that well.
When it does, bad things are known to happen. I don't think you want a one-way direct link to a true fae.
Yeah, no kidding. But like, I just don't understand why somebody would want the smile of an infant, though.
Why would someone wish to steal us away from our lives and force us to do inconceivable tasks for an eternity?
I don't know. It's just, man, sometimes the shit just don't make any goddamn sense. But, Neil, he's like, so what about, like...
Yeah, it really doesn't make sense.
What about paintings or something like that? How would that cross over? Would that just turn to goop? Because and Neil pulls out like what's left of the bottle, which is probably just like it's just like pudding in his pocket.
Ah, yes, that's crap. What is it called again? Danny Boy's trying to remember. Bobble takes one look. Hollow goo.
Yeah.
Let me see it. Let me give you a demonstration here. He sort of pulls out his keychain, breaks off a little piece of it, wraps it around one of these keys, and then takes it off, and then it forms an exact duplicate of the key that he wrapped it around.
Oh no shit! What the hell?
He hands it back to you. That perhaps is a bit small to tell, but indeed, anything that you create a copy of is in fact hollow. So I don't know how long it will fool someone, but you can create a copy of anything that you have enough goo to cover. And there's enough goo to probably, like, I don't know, maybe like cover a face or something, you know, like there's a pretty good amount.
Oh man. But like, if we break into a hospital and stick this all over a baby child's face, like, what? Seriously, what is the worst thing that can happen?
Well, I suppose if you got caught, that would probably be the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, and then it's to prison.
If you were caught, captured, the lid was blown off Changeling Society, and humans did experiments on you in Area 51, worse than anything the true Fae could do, that would probably be the worst thing that could happen. But hey, you know.
Jeez.
Oh wow, I never thought about that. That sounds
really
terrible.
Can't have that. It's like, Neil just kind of, yeah.
You have to forgive him. His mind works on overload.
No, but he does have a point though. it's not every day that people break into a hospital and stick goo on a kid's face. Even then, I don't know, they won't. The hospital security won't even let us pass the doors unless it's unless we have someone in there.
Well, how about this? How about, as a gesture of good faith and friendship, and, well, to be honest, you guys are the first ones that have came through in about 5 years now, and it's pretty exciting. So, I'm willing to help you guys. I'll do what I can. I obviously don't particularly want to do anything explicitly illegal myself, but, I can offer you guys some help, perhaps.
But, well, what are you thinking?
What are you thinking? I don't exactly know what way you want to go about this. People do tend to be pretty favorable to me in general. Well, I mean, I look like I'm 8 years old.
Neil's like, well, that's no problem, but we just gotta think. Where do you, what is the first smile of an infant? That's who sees the first smile of an infant?
Danny Boy pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking it. This apparently 8-year-old Ferris. An extremely beautiful little boy with almost doll-like
take
features.
babies some?
At this point,
Doesn't it take some time for babies to smile?
yeah, I'm sure it would, but now like that's something that would stick with someone. You see your child smile, it sticks with you. I don't know. That's not just something you see walking down the street. You see some little child and oh hey, first smile. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, you may have something there. I don't do it on a regular basis. However, this is probably information overload for you guys, but we do have the ability to step into individuals' dreams. I don't know if you guys want to go down that route, but if you were in someone's dreams, I suppose it's theoretical and probable that you could have access to their memories.
So,
Oh,
do you
shit.
think we could jump into a dream, and if it's like some recently, I don't know, some lady that just had baby, maybe she'd be thinking about it, smiling, and we steal that memory?
In theory, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things to factor, a lot of things that, of course, could go wrong, but I've heard of weirder things being undertaken and accomplished. That's for sure.
Man, now I don't know. We're robbing someone of such a treasure. I mean, again, that's something that people don't. People only experience that once.
Each of you roll 4 die. This is going to be a clarity roll, as each of you has had time to really stew and ponder the fact that you agreed to bring a baby's smile back.
I got 2 successes.
Great.
Okay.
And we're trying to roll 8, 9, or 10, right?
Yes. And you only
Okay.
need 1. I mean, it's pretty much a succeed or fail type of a thing.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Sorry. So I got no success. So I got 1 success.
All right. Sure, that's enough. So each of you retain your clarity, but each of you feel a bit disturbed or distressed to some extent that you feel as though you've you've escaped from Arcadia only to become one of the True Fae. Now you're considering stealing stealing things from people and stealing people, maybe. So both of you are pretty disturbed by this. Your sanity stays intact, but both of you are to some extent not cool with at least some level of this.
You know, Neil Shaw like just pulls out the calculator. He's like, I'm gonna bring it back.
You don't think we should go through with it? But I thought you said she wouldn't take it back.
I don't care. I'm bringing it back, and I'll leave it in the hedge. I'll leave it there if I have to.
I'll go with you if that's what you're gonna do.
Are you sure you want to? I think this is something I might have to do my own.
If you go in there, you might not come back out. And I understand that I might not come back out either, but even though I have a family, I don't think I do have a family anymore, and you're the closest thing to it. So count me in. I'll go to the gates of hell for you if I have to.
All right. So I turn to the rest of the freehold, who's in presence, and I say, I hope you all understand, but I can't make you guys go through with this. This is.
You're the one that made the agreement. It's up to you. It has no bearing on me, my friend.
Well,
If you
I just don't
wish to
want.
return to the market, I'm sure Lorraine will help you get back. You might get lost in the woods without her help, but sure she could help you find the spot.
Well, I sort of made a deal myself, and just so you guys know, I'm actually I'm pretty good in the hedge. I just sort of have this innate knack about where to go. There was this shadowy figure I made a deal with.
Oh, that sounds good. Very helpful.
In case, well, that whole helping each other thing, if you need help in the future with that, just let me know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll run into each other soon.
All right. Safe travels. So Neil.
So change of plans.
And I couldn't go through with it. I mean, like, that we're just robbing someone of that. I can't do that. I mean, if I have to, I'll just tell whoever the hell that was that I can't get her the smile. And
By Eldon's logic, they'll probably forget one day anyway, or when they die. Because apparently it's okay to take things away from people that are on the verge.
Well, to be honest, the whole thing about taking babies' faces and stuff, that kind of freaked me out, but I was willing to do it because you got yourself into that deal, and I just want you to know that if you ever need anything, you just let me know, and I'll do the best I can to help you.
I truly appreciate it, and same goes for you. But no, we won't be taking any babies' faces, not this time. We gotta bring this back.
That's probably a good thing. I don't know if I could live with myself if we actually went through with that. I kept picturing the scalpel and it just freaked me out.
Well, then we become one of them. That's the problem.
I can respect that, but keep your wits about you. Will you take this? He hands each of you some a piece of bubble gum. That is some disposable armor, should you require it. It will only work inside of a dream or inside of the hedge, perhaps Arcadia. I don't venture there myself. But should you find yourself under fire or something...
Well, we appreciate it, and I hope to return the favor one day. So wait, how exactly does it work? He's like just looking at it.
It's
Yeah, do you
it's
like
gum.
chew on this or what?
Yes.
Gone. Okay. All right. Well, here goes nothing, Eldon.
All right, let's go back then.
All right.
By
So
that lake.
you guys make your way up the mountain back to the tree with the big notch in it.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. So, you get to it. Luckily, Eldon, there's no roll required for that. It's you have the hedge merit, and you just came out of this is the last one you came out of, the only one you came out of. So you sort of find your way back to it. Instinctually, and when you guys lay eyes on it, both of you know, of course, that it is the tree in question. You spin the point of glamour and step through to the other side. Remember, this specific part is sort of a hallway of doors and archways and such. You guys step through this hallway, and there's a creature making his way through there. He has sort of a worm, serpentine-like body. However, his body's composed of anything and everything. It seems very like anything that could be found in the niche is probably on this guy's back, or you're not sure if his body is some sticky substance that all these different contraptions and objects stick to, or if his body itself is this random amalgamation of spinning wheels and bicycles and bird cages and baseballs and hockey masks and all sorts of things, buttons and knobs and but he's wearing a large top hat as well as many other hats he could get to fit on the side of his head. He is really the only thing that you could see that's definitively this creature's is its beak. It has a beak of sorts, and it has like about 18 different glasses that it has stacked on its nose and on its head. It is just sort of coming through the hedge, headed towards the direction of the goblin market, just sort of squirming along.
You think this goblin market moves, or does it think it always stays here? What do you think?
I remember they said that they were moving at one point. I don't know. Time is really weird here. So one day here could be one day back home can be like 100 years here. So I don't know.
Well, I hope that kiosk dealer is still here, unless she's went somewhere else.
Neil uses common sense and says, "Man, these people got their shit too fucked up." But like we kind of so wait. Do you just want to follow the worm or this guy going down?
Yeah, maybe not too close, but just so we keep him in eyesight.
Yeah, let's talk loud enough so he knows that we're not trying to sneak up on him either. We're just following him. That's it.
Right. So this cobbled together creature just you guys wait for it to pass, and then, like you said, don't really hide from it, but make your way at a safe distance behind it. Yeah, he probably saw you. At any rate, he's not concerned with much besides getting where he needs to go. And sure enough, you follow him for 150 yards, and bam, you wind up right back at the goblin market. Things are more or less as they were.
So yeah, we get there. First thing Neil notices is the big toad, the thing on his back. He's like, he's still here doing his thing. Damn. He's like looking around.
People that needed to be fed.
And like the lineup is still like going, and Neil's just kind of walking through. We're looking for the table that where we were at prior to.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you find the little area, the kiosk area with the woman with the jet black hair and fine sharp features, and sort of a hood. Ah, I see you have returned already.
I'm sorry to set you up for disappointment, but I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I wanted to come here and personally tell you, so I wouldn't be keeping you waiting for nothing.
That is disappointing.
I truly apologize, but I feel I can't hold on to this anymore. I understand that it was a gift, but I just feel it's not fair that I can't uphold my end of the bargain.
I've yet to find another individual that seems interested in that calculator. In fact, I was questioning whether or not anyone could get the thing to work. So if you do wish to keep it, it is of little difference to me. I must say this is a bit disappointing. She begins putting some of her stuff in cases and kind of putting her stuff away. However, I must not say that it's entirely unexpected. I've sent several people to do this very task before, and all have failed in turn. Oh well. I suppose all that it means is that I must undertake it on my own. Unfortunately, going to that side takes quite a bit of energy out of me, and I can't do it very often. Perhaps I'll just perhaps I'll just take the infant with me. That way I can have all of the smiles. Yes, that seems to be the best, the most the most logical.
Neil Shaw just slowly starts backing away and says, "Well, best of luck." And he wanders around, and he leans over to Swick and says, "Jesus fucking Christ!" Looks down at the calculator. Fuck.
Hey, Neil. Maybe this is the best of two bad situations, but what would you rather? The mom not have a memory of some little crappy smile, or a mom sad because she doesn't have her child anymore?
Fuck.
I'm sure she would rather forget something.
Man,
Let's just fucking do it. Let's just fucking do it and
No.
over with. We'll just steal memory out of her dreams. Let's just do it.
Listen. This is what this thing wants. It's
See what I-
trying to manipulate us. That's what it wants. Listen. Okay, just follow me. Play it cool. And so what we do, I kind of like try to like huddle over to Eldon. We gotta go find the town guards.
I don't think they're gonna care if this thing wants to go steal babies. I don't think they don't care. There was a cart with changeling parts that they were gonna sell, like in a meat market, like some freaking humanoid butcher.
But you
They're not
remember
gonna care.
You
I'm
remember
surprised there isn't like a bin with baby heads in it.
But you remember what the guards said? You remember what the guards said? There's a problem with the privateers. This thing is trying to get people to go in there and do its own damn dirty work.
True. Faye?
Man, whatever
Like
the
some-
hell it's not a hobgoblin and it's not a changeling. So we gotta report it. I don't feel safe with this thing stalking all these people.
Well, hold on. Let's think about this. I don't think the guards are gonna help, but we can go talk to them. Maybe we should try to trade for one of those cold iron things and just. I mean, if this thing is gonna be stealing babies, I don't know about you, but I think I'd rather put this thing in the ground.
Man, I think it's a lot easier said than done. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So
Well, you see how this place works. You just give of yourself. They take your thoughts, your abilities, hell out, maybe even take your damn soul for all I know. But I think I'm willing to do some of that stuff if we can find something like that. Maybe we should just put this thing to rest.
You may be right. I don't know. Should
Feel
we even
bad
help?
about somebody who says they're gonna go steal a baby so they can take pictures of its face or absorb its face smiles and fuck.
Oh, sorry. It's not funny, but
Not as funny as a bin of baby heads.
no, that's right. Okay. Got a sip of water.
All right, well, let's go talk to the guard first. Let's go talk to the guard. But I have a feeling they're gonna give two shits about this thing. You just go. I start pushing Neil ahead of me. There's one over there. Just go talk to him. I'll just be right
Go to
behind you.
talk to the same guard that you did before.
Yeah, so I think it was like the short, stocky one.
I thought it was the tall, thin one.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's probably.
With the big mustache.
Okay, yeah, that was him. I remember now. So we approach, you know, hey, yeah, we were here not long ago. You remember us?
Hello there. Yes.
Listen, I was just wondering if we can have a word, kind of away from the masses here. So
Indeed.
you
Come. Let us take a walk, and you guys sort of walk a little bit outside of the parameter of the
So
market.
you were saying that there was a problem with privateers, right?
Yes, it seems to be the case.
I think there's something that's operating out of this market that's sending people onto the other side to do its work, trying to trick them.
Interesting. You're saying one of the vendors here could be the culprit in question, or at least part of this ring.
Yeah, but I don't want this to come back to bite me in the ass because it tried to get us to do something for it. Once we realized exactly what we were doing, we turned around, we came back, and we refused. And then it said that it was going to go ahead and do it itself, but it would cost it. It would tire itself greatly to cross.
Interesting. Well, I suppose there's not really much we can do without some form of substantial evidence here that ties in directly to the market. You understand, there is no buying or selling of anyone. Slavery is not tolerated within the market. However, our guards do not have enough manpower to enforce this rule in all of the hedge, let alone the hedge and your world as well. We stop it when we can. However, unless there are people being bought or sold within the confines of the market, there is little we could do. To say that this person isn't the one that we're looking for, it very well could be. It sounds as though it is. However, well, this is strange, because I doubt that a vendor of the market would be so foolish as to enslave other people directly in the market, which has been what is going on.
But it's manipulation, though. It was trying to. It's like it was using our actions against us. It's hard to explain. It was manipulating us.
Eldon is going to start slowly getting behind the guard, like as he's talking to Neil and discussing things. He's just going to be like taking a step and looking around, taking a few more steps, and just slowly working his way behind him. And he's sort of looking to see if he has any weapons on his person, like a knife or anything.
Oh, well, he has this sort of pole axe thing that he holds. But yeah, he also has a dagger and a couple knives. Yeah, a pretty good sized dagger.
Eldon is eventually going to attempt to lift one of the knives off the guard because he suspects that it might be cold iron. I mean, he has no idea, but
Sure, right? All right. So make a larceny roll.
okay. So that would be, guess what? Dex and larceny, probably.
Yeah, and you and you can get you can get +2 die for it because he's not facing you and he's in mid conversation with someone else about something that is pretty important.
Okay, I'm also gonna burn a point of willpower to get. Was that 3 more dice? I think.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Fuck.
One, 2 successes. 3, 4 successes.
He did it with his toes or something, like just lifted it out.
Yep, he only got 1. So yes, during a point of the conversation, he managed to lightly pull up one of the. What are you getting? One of these knives or the dagger?
I guess is the dagger larger or probably the dagger then?
Yeah, it's larger. All right, so you managed to get it out of its sheath without him noticing.
I'll tuck it in the inside pocket of my suit.
I'm just like telling the guard like it gave me this thing. Told me to keep it as a gift. Like shows him the calculator. And like explains it. Well, like he hands it to him, he lets it, take a look at it.
And because a shopkeep gave you a gift, you're suspicious of them?
No. They gave me the gift, and then they said what they wanted. This was the first smile of an infant. So we went over, and then we actually figured out a plan. We had a whole plan devised, but then at the last minute we realized what it would have done to us. The actions what we would have been doing to achieve these goals were just inhumane. It wasn't right.
Fair enough. And then when you came back and said as much to the vendor, what was the response?
The vendor explained that she sent over a bunch of other people, and that they never came back, and that she wasn't all that surprised that we didn't get it. But then she just said that she'll go over and just take a child herself.
Well,
She said it without even batting an eyelash.
Indeed. That is a bit disconcerting. I will give you that. I will do what I can. As I said, I will not allow anyone to be bought or sold into slavery within the confines of the market. And if there is such a thing in the market that happened outside that I have discernible proof of, I will take actions accordingly. However, outside of the market, there is little we can do.
I understand. I just thought I'd bring this to your attention.
Indeed. Well, come, tell me who this, show me who this individual is, and we shall formulate a plan, shall we not?
All right, you got it.
Let us tread lightly, however. Don't let too many people see us together. If we wish to find these loyalists, we will need not many people to know that you're working with us.
Of course. So it seems like Tim's got to go. I actually have to start getting ready to head out as well.
Totally.
So yeah, would you like to do some closing words, John?
Well, I guess that's a pretty good spot to end. You're going off to expose this person. Whether or not it pans out, we'll find out. So yeah, that was a good session. A lot of funny scenes, a lot of good role playing. I had a good time. And thanks everyone for watching.
That session gave me the creeps the whole time. But that was great. So thank you for running it, John, and thank you for coming, Tim. That was really good.
We can
Thanks everyone for watching.
probably try to play once or twice more and then end things.
Oh, for sure. So yeah, we'll figure all that out soon enough. So yeah, thanks for watching. You all have a good one.